All crew, pay attention. It's time for a recap of the season finale of a Below Deck sailing yacht on Big Deck Energy. I'm Rob Cesternino, back with you finally to talk with this woman who needs to do a special Mess Magnets, just all about this, and maybe Jonah Hill. Here is Sasha Joseph. Sasha, how are you?
I'm very aggro. I'm here.
Hey, if you're getting aggro, I'll kick you right off.
No, okay? I don't see what is wrong with being aggro. Okay, I just want to talk about it.
Nobody get aggro here because we have to talk about. I mean, we had been asking for a very messy charter, and this was literally a very messy charter. So they really, in every level, they delivered. They get the MVPs of the season, best charter of the season.
1000%, right? This is what I mean when I say below deck, messy
Yes.
people, ridiculous people. They're a little mean, but thankfully they were mean to each other, not
mean to each other,
necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily the stews, which sometimes that's no fun because then you're like, okay, you're being mean to service staff. Shut up. But oh, chef's kiss to this charter. They're
Yes.
ridiculous.
I mean, give them their own show.
Correct.
Below Deck sailing thruple.
With many colon issues.
Yes, lots of issues. Okay, and so we're gonna talk that through, and it was the final charter of the season, and so things got wrapped up to some degree. We'll talk about all that here with you, and we're live for this one. We're back together. I could not make the timing work with Sasha last week, but Chappelle filled in very admirably a wild episode from last week.
Oh my God. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, things happen for a reason. Do I really want to sit up here with Rob and be like, let's chat about all of this?
Nobody wants to hear that. But we'll get into it a little bit.
Yeah, listen, it's back, baby.
It's back. Like, we'll have some fallout from that. And so we'll take your questions and comments here live. And of course, that this podcast coincided with the beginning of the RHAP Bravo feed. And so if you want to keep up with all things Bravo and you'd like to see more RHAP coverage of the Bravo shows, I mean, you could leave us some feedback. You could leave us some star ratings.
Yeah, I think we're at 29. So I feel like at least 50, right? To figure out where we go next.
Yeah, because when Sasha and I, we're going to sit down, we're going to have the tip meeting at the end of the season.
Literally.
And I'm going to go over the things that went well and the things that didn't go well. And then I'm going to tell us how many reviews did we get from the audience? And say like, oh, they were a little stingy with the reviews. They didn't really go out there. I don't know if we should go out on any more charters because y'all were stingy with your star ratings.
Listen, the point is y'all have to tip us so that I can make sure we keep serving
and by tip us, I mean tip us in free reviews.
Yeah,
in the
free
Apple
only.
Podcast Store.
Yes, and 5 stars only, please. Okay, don't play these games.
Go to robisawebsite.com/Bravo feed. We appreciate that. Okay.
Yeah, and keep bothering Rob just in case. So
Go
he
for
knows
it. Try.
that we should cover this.
Right. My favorite place to be bothered is on threads.com. Are you on Threads? You guys on Threads?
No, I did not get on the TikToks and I'm not on Threads yet. Cause I don't know that I want my Instagram people to know what I be doing on these Twitter streams,
Okay, that's fair. All right. Let's just talk about things. I don't know. What do you feel like is the top story at this hour?
Oh,
is it the how it ended or how it started?
Yeah, I think how it started / just.
Oh, by the way, programming note also, 2 hours of Below Deck sailing yacht reunion coming next week. So we will be back to talk about what happens in the reunion show. There'll be one night Monday, one night Tuesday. So we'll probably get together on Wednesday next week.
Yes. So again, the new Below Deck Down Under is also starting next week. So we got to get these reviews in. Let
Mhm.
Rob know, everyone.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm my ears are open.
We're ready. Listen, we got to do this. The hottest captain is coming, everyone.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, Sasha, where do we want to start here?
Yeah, okay. We just have to talk about the 3-year-old Gary, right?
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
deserves his
the ending. The
lashing.
ending. I mean, boy, that every week there is no bottom. The bar is in hell with Gary.
He needs to be under the jail. I'm so tired of him. Like, why is he acting like he's a 5-year-old that not even 5? Why is he acting like a 16-year-old that just discovered a woman's body for the first time?
Is that how he's acting? I don't know. He's acting like I thought you were saying he's acting like a baby. That he's just having like tantrums, and that was ridiculous how we ended the episode where first off, Mads owes him nothing.
Thank you.
She told him that, hey, I just want to let you know I kissed Alex, and he had the ultimate poop fit about what was going on. It's like, oh my God, what is wrong with you?
But the period stuff, even
Oh,
before that, he hasn't even figured that stuff out yet,
oh,
I
okay.
feel
Yes,
like.
the confrontation. Yeah, so he ended up at the end of the episode last week that I guess that he needed
Mhm.
to go and confront Matt about this, and I
And we're
could not
still
believe. Yeah, I couldn't believe that he actually said to her. His opener was, "Is it that time of the month for you?" Just out of interest, like what? That sentence has never been said before, ever.
And I feel like he deserves a slap, right? Or 5.
Mhm.
And Lucy, I think, is
Yes.
all of us. Because the way Lucy, I think her whole body, Rob, went back and she was just like,
Mhm.
and that was me because I couldn't believe it. And the chutzpah
Yeah.
to keep talking about it and keep beating the drum over and over. No, you were so embarrassing. Have an ounce of shame, an
No,
ounce.
he doesn't. And then I couldn't believe that he was angry. He's like, "Well, how does Alex find out about this when I'm the one licking and my children are
Oh,
within
God.
earshot?" But you know what he said. You all know what he
And
said.
how did he say this out loud? That's what I need to
Mhm.
know, right? Like, again, an HR nightmare. Like, this is all of their
He's
bosses.
the employee of the month. They love him.
For Glenn, that's it. Not one person loves him on that boat besides Glenn.
He's ridiculous.
I'm so tired of his shit. And then and then he's indignant, Rob, because he's like, "How did Alex know? How would Alex find out this is happening?"
Mhm.
Is there only one way? No, there isn't. Matt can talk to whoever. And I said this last episode, so I don't want to beat that horse to death, but I don't like how the men are really focusing in on Maddie, right? And I feel like it's very personal on her. Like they're walking in on her, right? Like her and Gary, and they're
Mhm.
just on her life. And I feel like she's really young and it's not sitting right with me.
Yeah, I think that that's pretty fair. I don't know how old she is
She's
exactly.
24.
Yeah, I mean, she's an adult, but it does seem like that. That people are taking some liberties on this boat.
Agreed. Oh
Yeah.
my god. And yeah, Lolly in the chat said this, which I agree. That if I were Mads, I would have said, "Yep, correct."
Hmm.
I think that's what I would have said because I would have been like, "How dare you?"
Yeah. I mean, you were just there, Gary.
Is- I think you would have known. You would have known. Oh my god, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. If there
I
was an
can't.
issue, you would have known about it already. Okay.
He is a dumb, dumb,
Hmm.
dumb person.
Yeah. But I couldn't believe then, he has like a thing with Alex where Alex comes up to me. He's like, hey, are we good? He's like, no, we're not. Okay. And he basically blames the whole thing on Alex. And he's like, and because of you, then I had to go ask her about what was going on. And he's like, no, you really didn't. You really didn't have to do that.
I love
You
Alex.
you decided to do that, and you really should not have.
No,
That was
Alex ran out of F's to give, right, Rob?
yeah. He's
He's
like, it's the last day. I have senioritis.
this is the Alex energy I think we've been wanting all season,
Yeah.
but he finally showed up.
He finally showed up. Yeah, this was maybe Alex's best episode of the season.
Oh.
I don't know what ultimately happened to Alex on the night that he did kiss Mads. I don't know if he fell asleep somewhere. It's like there was no follow up to that. Once he did finally, like he needed like another charter.
Yeah, right. The ending I felt was super weird where we do always get the like send off, right? Like in the morning where every person is like, hey, I'm gonna go, or I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. But I don't understand why they weren't fully in it. Glenn was off the boat, Alex. You had no roommate.
Mm-hmm.
You could have made lots of moves, but Mads was too busy telling Gary, hey, we hooked up.
Right.
I'm sorry. I need to curse a little bit, but this baby back bitch, Gary, pushed her, Rob.
Is that like a Chili's thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want my baby back.
1000%. That's all I meant. And he puts his hands on her and he's like, get out. And he's
Get out of my
pushing her.
room.
He
Please get out of my room. I don't want to see you.
And he's like pouting like a baby. First of all, the whole charter, right? So 3 days plus going out. Mads is tired of you, but she's like, I'm gonna be respectful and just be like, hey, this isn't air. I just want to make sure this happened. Volcano erupted. And then Alex, I feel like could have been like, hey, Mads, like, let's get out of here. Come on, let's just go outside and sit.
I don't know. Maybe he's like, I don't know. He's kind of been with Gary the whole season. I don't know how much I want to pursue this now. But he's like, you played me like a fiddle. Like, shut up.
And Robbie's done this to every woman on the boat. Like, I need you to know this. That every season, every girl is in shambles because of him.
And he is also not good at his job. Also, we've seen him like that. Chase and Alex both. He's like a toxic manager. Also, like he's really bad. Like he's supposed to be in charge of like all of these deckhands, and he's just being like all like passive aggressive with them, and like being obnoxious to them, and being all over these stews that are working on the boat. And the highlight of these 2 hours, the highlight of the season for me was that he's like all butthurt with Matt. So he's like, where's this going? And she's like, well, look, it's been a good season. And he says to the producer, he's like, if that's all this was to her, I wish she would have told me. And the producer's like, what if I told you that she actually did? He's like, when? He's like, she's like, every single day.
and then the producer goes, and she's been saying it in confessionals too. No,
and then we got the montage.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, I couldn't breathe, Rob.
That was so good.
They were on his neck. They said,
it was the greatest moment.
It's the insert the Usher gif. Watch this.
And
then it's just Mads being like, I don't want anything serious. Gary is the meme, right? Oh, this sign can't do anything because I can't read. That's Gary. That's literally Gary. Because the unmitigated gall of a woman to tell him no could never be him.
That was so good. One of the best things I've seen on television in recent memory.
It's so true. And it's so underrated because I think his reaction killed me. Because
like,
you
what do you mean?
Because he couldn't believe it, right? Like,
yeah.
Like he was like, my dog died? What?
Yeah. So that was really incredible. I mean, but Gary, like, how does Daisy ends up with him somehow after this? I don't know. Like
No.
the Daisy and Colin thing is weird too. Like I feel like that should have progressed further than it ultimately did. Like I feel like that kind of like petered out.
Yes, so a bunch of people, because I was really freaked out by the ending or weirded out, right? Like I feel like we missed something or a whole episode where they almost decided, hey, we don't want to pursue, right? Like I don't think that's true. I'm just saying that's what it felt like. Where they were both kind of like, well, shucks. See you on the flippity flip, right? Like that's what
Mhm.
it felt like to me. So that coupled with Daisy saying wait for the reunion, I did find something on the Instagrams.
Okay, what do you got?
Yes, you know me. I'll look up stuff.
You're
So
so
someone
good. Such a dedicated journalist.
thank you, I'm obviously the realist. And so someone basically left a pretty long comment talking about they portrayed Colin as an innocent victim, but I see Daisy says otherwise in her comments. I wish we had more insight, right? Like basically talking about that. Here's Daisy's response. Thanks for this. We're all trying and we all made mistakes. None of us are more innocent than the other. Colin and I both effed up in different ways. We made it work until it turned sour, but that's life. Fine. There's also no punctuation, everyone, so please bear with me. Life, fine, line, but that's life's fine line, I think is what she means, between love and hate. But I refuse to take full responsibility for this mess. We've all had a part to blame, and lots didn't get aired, and lots happened pre and
Oh,
post.
don't give us this,
You didn't see
Daisy.
you didn't see the live feeds, is what Daisy's
Yeah, you
saying.
didn't see the live feeds.
You don't see
Listen,
everything
I
on
don't
the
want to
feed.
hear dirt about Colin when at the end of the day, you go back to Gary. There's nothing that Colin could have ever done in his life that is a 1/10 of as bad as all of the things I've seen Gary do with my own eyes.
Yes, I agree with that, right? Like, again, I'm assuming Colin ghosted her. Right? Like, I'm assuming he maybe finds out almost what actually happened and then just, like, peaced out on her.
Mhm.
'Cause, we do get a trailer for the reunion, and nothing much, but the biggest piece out of it is Colin calls the relationship toxic.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
why I feel like he either finds stuff out, Rob, or he ghosted her after maybe finding out what happened. And I think maybe he did her dirty in that way, but I think you should just end up with Gary, Daisy. Like, stop messing with other
Yeah.
people.
Is everybody going to be at the reunion?
Yes, everyone's there. But it's
Okay.
going to be all like Zoom because they all still work. So they're all almost everyone's on boats.
Hmm. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
how do these reunion shows play out? Like, are they usually good?
Yeah, they're good.
Not the
Ish,
best.
right? Yeah, I'm glad they're
Goodish.
giving us both. Because there might be a lot of like things you never saw. No one cares. Like the behind the scenes kind of nonsense, like funny moments. But then
Mhm.
there will be like some actual fights and tea. They are gonna drag Gary, it looks like, because the reunion trailer opens with Andy saying, "I've never seen a more cringy thing than you, Gary."
Just in general,
Yeah,
your life is the
you
cringiest thing
as
I've
a
ever seen. You as a
human.
human I mean, it's where's the lie?
Are you not embarrassed to live like this? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I need to know, right? Like, oh my god, I need that. Like, I just want Gary to, like, watch this all back and feel so embarrassed and just like,
He doesn't have that emotion.
yeah. But I don't think he's ever been in this situation, Rob, because everyone's always been like, Gary, ah, shucks, what a player. Finally, your karma has come back, baby, and you can't handle it. You can't dish what you've been given out for 4 seasons,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I love it.
You should have stayed home. Should have been on like a COVID disabled list for the entire season. It would have been better off.
Oh my no, he does bring the drama, right? Like, what
Yes.
else would we have had?
Oh, listen to this. Here's Whispering Hands 89 in the chat. This is again unconfirmed reporting, but a Real Housewife said Gary and Daisy were inseparable at BravoCon.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But so
Allegedly.
this was last year's BravoCon, correct? And I
Hmm.
believe that this was, yes, one of maybe the places that they could have hooked up. So
Oh,
checks out.
okay. All
I
right.
think
Well,
they're also like flirty friends. Like I feel like Rob, they should be together. Like the whole 2 episodes was Mads being like he's actually into Daisy. I'm just here.
yeah. It's just like what else can we say about this? I mean, we've been talking about this for a month and a half.
Like, I'm tired of this.
We're
Just
tired
let them.
of Gary and Daisy.
I know. And Daisy can't take criticism, which has been like the through line, which again, we do think that Glenn is really harsh, but I wonder if she can't take criticism, unfortunately, in her relationships too.
Very possible.
Yeah. It's just it's to be messy. And this reunion better deliver or I'm gonna be pissed. Because don't hype stuff up for no reason.
We've got a very messy situation to deal with in a lot of ways with this final charter that we saw over these 2 hours. We got to talk this through because I am so confused. There were so many guys that were on the boat and Todd's mom. And so I don't really understand what went on because there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of fighting. The guys were fighting with each other.
Yeah.
And so I would love to see if we could sort of like piece this
Oof.
together. In the intro that we see like sort of like a still shot of what's going on, and we are told that okay, of the primaries, there is
Todd
the
and Grant.
Todd and Grant,
Yeah.
sure.
And the
Um,
mom are the
r-
co-primaries.
right. But then we get told that okay, Randy and Brad are married,
Yeah.
and they have a boyfriend named Nick. Now, I think, and tell me if I'm right or wrong about this, chat. Sometimes Randy is referred to as Ray.
Yes.
I think Ray and Randy are the same. This really threw me off in Australian Survivor when there was a Kez and a Karen, and it turned out that they were the same person. But I think here that Ray and Randy are actually one and the same.
Yeah, they put like Ray in quotes when they were giving us his name.
How is Ray short for Randy?
How is any of this?
Ray is short for Raymond, not Randy.
Maybe Randy shot for Raymond? Oh no, Randy shot for Randolph.
Randall.
Oh, Randall. Yeah, okay.
So I'm like, I'm taking notes, like Sasha, like they like a still frame of like Randy. Here's like the couple. It's Randy and Brad are married, and then we're hearing conversations, overhearing with Nick, and it's like wait, who's fighting with who? Who's mad at who? And I've watched this multiple times to try to get a sense of what's going on.
So the thing is, I wish they would have said like Nick in parentheses boyfriend, and then Randy in parentheses husband, right? I think that would have really helped me been like, okay, the husband is mad at the boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And it should have been a running chyron of like, this is who people are. Because I could not tell them apart to save my life. And
Yeah.
not because they look alike. I was just like, I don't understand who's the boyfriend and who's the husband.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, there's Ray and Brad are together.
Yes.
And then there's Nick, who I think is more again, and this is not my place. I don't know if like
You can say it.
Nick and Brad are ever like I feel that they're not boyfriends. I feel like that Ray is married to Brad and also has Nick as a boyfriend. I don't think they're a true throuple.
Yes. Interesting that you say this because I went on their Instagrams to see, how people are dragging them, which we can talk about later because there is a few drags. But Brad is scarce on these two's Instagram. But okay, Brad is the husband of Ray, but Ray and Nick are kind of all over each other's Instagrams with Brad kind of in the background of a
Yeah, he's
lot
like
of
the
stuff.
third wheel. Yeah, this is kind of a bummer. I feel like that,
Yeah.
in watching like Sister Wives and stuff like that, I feel like there's always like there's like one of the people in the three. It's like I don't this. I'm just doing this because I have to. I don't really. This is not my speed.
Yeah, I think that's Brad.
Yeah, oh, definitely, definitely, and he
Yeah.
doesn't have a prenup either.
Oh my the hot mics of the hot mics, right? Like, my God.
Yeah, they did Brad dirty here.
I mean, Brad, don't be talking to random people's moms about your stuff,
Yes,
and then you get caught because when
Deborah.
all of they can't, right? Like, all of this fighting, and all Brad is saying is, "I don't have a prenup. Imma lose the money."
Yeah.
I don't
So,
think you have money for a
but
17K
yeah,
tip.
so I just don't understand. So, is it Brad's money? Like, I don't understand why
Yeah, I
Brad
looked.
is like,
Oh,
I'll lose
yes.
everything if I divorce Ray. Like, I got the sense that this is Ray's money.
Yes, that's what I think the tea is. But here's what this article that or I found it on this random news site. So like, take it with a grain of salt. Cause I was like, what they be doing, right? That we're worried about this much money. Well, turns out Brad
I love
Jacobson
this. I love this research.
is the they all of it or Brad lives in Houston, Texas for sure. Brad only has 2 Instagram posts currently. Don't know what that means. So, Nick, right, is the
Yeah.
boyfriend, runs the cosmetic company named Innate Men Cosmetics.
Okay.
Here's the kicker. Ray is the CEO of Nick's company.
Okay.
Yeah, while Randy works at Farm Plus Financial as a relationship manager, which means like a bank manager, right? Like not a manager, like
Mm-hmm.
a bank teller almost. Um
Yeah.
yeah, and Nick like his Instagram bio is like proud cowboy and Nick also has like I think zebras and longhorns, I believe, on his like farm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's their thing. So they're business partners. They're into bodybuilding. Like there's a lot of nakedness on their Instagram, a lot of ass shots. So
Okay.
it's and Brad is in the background. If
Yeah.
Brad is there, it's he in the back.
And with no
So
prenup.
it's so
Talking
that's
to people's
why.
moms about no prenup.
But I just want to know why Ray is the CEO of Nick's company. So Nick's the boss. But Nick's
Mhm.
only the boyfriend. You know what I mean? It's like breaking the ceiling or breaking the stereotypes of like the boyfriend being the kept man. Seems
Mhm.
like he's keeping the husbands.
There's a lot going on there. And Ray and Nick are going to get into a big fight also at one point. There's two major like fights that happen, right? The
Mhm.
first of which we just overhear that happens in the bedroom where Ray slash Randy is very drunk and is potentially seasick and then like passes out on the floor.
So, Rob, I have to ask you because my notes actually said this, but when he went down, right? They are wasted, everyone. They're asking for shots on shots on shots. I've never even heard of olive juice, but apparently that goes really well with tequila, or maybe it doesn't go really well with tequila. But either way, they're in hell. And he goes down. Rob, when I saw him, right, door open on that big bed, and the ship is starting to lean, I knew he was a goner. I said, there's no seatbelt holding him in place. This is not a first class Emirates flight that they're gonna put you in, buckle you in. Oh, I knew he was about to be the rag doll.
Yeah. And well, he's gonna like hit the floor and then eventually like wake up on the floor. And then he's gonna blame Nick for putting him on the floor.
Yeah. And then they say we are the reason you're here. You're my guest. So you got to take care of me. What?
Yeah.
Is that your man or your maid? I'm confusion.
I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know. And Brad is scot free in all of this.
And that's
It's
your husband, but
for
okay.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe Nick was supposed to be in charge of making sure Ray doesn't fall on the floor, and then he did, and then he tried to get him water, and it got thrown at somebody.
Yeah, it just nothing makes sense. I'm
Like
tired of it. He's a belligerent mess.
we just heard like the radio play version of this.
Yeah, it was so horrible.
Like we needed the subtitles. We needed to just like get the like radio call of how this all went down. And so we're just putting the pieces together.
And imagine, right, to be this hot mess and you're not even the primary.
Hmm.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, but the primary works for you.
No. Oh, does the primary work? No,
But
no, no.
yeah.
Todd and Grant are the primary.
Who's Grant?
Grant, the one in the Speedo, the
Okay.
tall, the two tall men are the primaries
Mm-hmm.
who are
Okay, so these
constantly
are all
like
guess.
naked.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
With the mom, right?
With the mom.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're the primary. But they said because Daisy was like, I don't know the sleeping situation, so they were like, we're gonna give the throuple the main cabin,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna take the twins.
Okay. So at dinner, that's the other big fight that breaks out. And this, I don't know, this seems like that this starts with Todd's mom is talking about some people that she's sort of roasting.
So mean, Deborah. Get you at your big age. This is how you're talking about people, and it seems like they were fat shaming because then eventually
Sounds like it. Yeah.
because she was like, some people just must not have any what is it, any mirrors in their house.
Yeah. Or they were
Girl.
dressed bad. I think that I couldn't, hard to tell exactly what they were making fun of.
Because Brad says, right, like, I think it's small clothes on big bodies. And I was
Yes.
like, Brad, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Look, Brad, you look at the two people you're dating and married to. Baby, you stop.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop. Look at yourself.
Yeah. But there's some pushback about that the way they're talking.
Yeah, and I appreciate, right? This is where those are the primaries, the one that push back. So Todd is like, why are y'all judging people? Like, this is weird.
Like,
just
we're
let
on
me-
TV, right?
Basically. He's like, dude, stop. Like, stop the madness. And I bet he's
Yeah.
probably more pissed at his mom because he's like, you're my damn mom. Like, stop. This is
Right.
embarrassing.
Right.
But Lidge Ray with the cigarette. Like, how I think the cigarette killed me, Rob. Because he's with the cigarette, just like waving it in his face. I would have knocked that shit out his hand so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be me.
This got like really heated and like spilled over, and now we're getting to the point where it's like Ray's following is it Todd?
Yes, Todd, I believe. Yeah.
It's like following
Mhm.
downstairs, and now we have to get like Captain Glenn involved.
Yes, because Lucy did snitch a little bit before, right? Saying, hey, the throuple are fighting. And Glenn is like, are they getting aggro? If they get aggro, LMK. Who uses the word aggro? But
Glenn.
it's fine.
Glenn
please.
does.
What happened
He'll
in the
kick
70s?
people right off the boat.
Yeah, which again, this is nothing new, Rob. Like, captains are very like serious about this stuff. We've just never seen Glenn be like in this moment.
No roughhousing.
Yeah, none. Captain Buzzkill. Because I was like, let him fight a little. Damn, production will pay for it. Give me something.
Yeah. So that Glenn is like, hey, knock it off. And then they have to have freaking Chase be like the security guard.
And Chase is such a lame. Him with the like, oh, I think I could stop. Like he's like, I think I could be a bouncer. And that poor man has to stand outside the whole time because Ray can't handle his liquor. Don't go out in public if you act like this. I'm sorry. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah. Luckily that they get through the night and no further drama with the fighting.
Because their ass gets left.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, there would be a lot of nightmarish situations, but one of the biggest nightmare situations would be like guests, like these jacked guests being like, I would like to work out with you.
Yeah.
Let me
And we would
drown.
like to use your body as the weights.
And the plank. Like, what is up? Because he's like, Mads, just get in plank position. What the hell? For 17K, split how many ways?
Mhm.
It is not worth the money.
Yeah. This was, I mean, you brought up the tip. Was the lowest tip of the season?
Yes, 17, I believe so.
Was this a one nighter or this was 2 nights?
No, this was like the full on 2 nights with a
Right.
beach picnic.
Right. And this was also like the worst behaved charter. And they also made like the biggest mess.
Oh my God, Karen, you're saved, baby.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
not, but okay. So this is where I thought about you.
Poor
Okay, because
Lucy.
yeah, because they the mountain of clothes they gave for 2 days to be ironed. I think that's all they wanted.
And one of the nights was anything but clothes party.
And y'all are naked half the time anyway. I'm not mad. Y'all look great. But like you were not wearing any clothes. You were in thongs most of the time. So like
Mhm.
why did we need clothes? Why are y'all being mean? But I bet you production was like, you should do this. Because again, like these poor girls walking around
I
with
think
a
production made them
mountain.
bring so many suitcases.
No, I'm being like, you should ask them to do this, because then it adds more irritation, right? For us too. And then Lucy, I think almost quit, y'all,
Yeah.
because I think I would have.
On the last day.
I'm not somebody like, God, because I don't even think your service people should have to like clean up after you like this, but they literally left poop in the toilet.
I mean, that the first day left a sink full of
Oh yeah,
vomit.
yeah, disgusting.
That was the first thing she walked in on. And so the second was then a like very full toilet.
And why below deck? Why, oh why do we have to keep watching this?
Why did I mean I didn't think that they're allowed to show that on the screen and they kept doing it.
And it just was like, I was like, damn, put a filter on it or something. Like, God, it was just right there.
Yeah, I
And
feel like they could have blurred the screen for us.
like, please. But the amount of, again, Gary's ass crack that I saw this 2 episodes, they
Mhm.
were ready to get us bad, I think.
We got pretty bad.
Mhm. Oh
Mhm.
my God.
What a season of below deck colon sailing yacht. Yes, thank you, Matt.
Matt. Rob,
This
you
was yeah.
manifested this.
She was like had to call her dad. And like, "Dad, there's a toilet. I have to clean it."
I think I would also call my mom and be like, "Can you believe I have to deal with this literal shit?" Like,
Mhm.
the way she had a meltdown, I think that would be me. Like, a
Yeah.
1000%.
I mean, really, Lucy did not have much of a story throughout the entire season other than just like reacting. She did not like having this job. There was really
Yeah.
nothing about this job that appealed to her. She got hurt on a few occasions. And at one point, Chase sexually harassed her. And that was her season on the yacht.
She graduated.
Yeah, she graduated. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I would also say that I loved Lucy because usually folks, right, that don't get hooked up with basically fade into the background. Not our girl Lucy, because I feel like we needed her. I hope she comes back. She's such a
She will
mess.
not come back for this job. She's gonna come back
do,
to go on a charter, but
do
that's
you
it.
do you think she'd come back for like TV?
No, I don't
No.
think she. What does she want to be?
I don't know. She said something sports management. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's good. I think she's one and done.
Oh
Is
my
she at the
God.
reunion? Do we know?
Yeah, she is. She is.
Okay, I don't
Um,
know.
Also, okay, now that we're talking about it, so there have been a few comments on Nick and Brad's Instagram.
Yeah,
They hid them instead of deleting them. I'm assuming they maybe deleted the worst ones. But yeah, a lot of people are like, you pigs, you guys are horrible. You're a pig on hashtag below deck sailing. Another person were like, you guys are disgusting. Then this person said, barf in the sink and poop but the shit in the unflushed toilet that left and then left a shitty tip. 0 class. Nick responded, Nick, you should have sat there and ate your food. So Nick goes, 1, not our toilet, was another guest. So that means the puke was theirs.
Okay.
2, I cleaned the sink out. All she did was wipe it down, which is her job.
Oh, okay.
You are a liar. And then 3, most people make $17K in a year. They got it in 3 days.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. In what
Nick.
year, Nick? Boy, do you want to work for Nick's company?
Nick is paying you $17K a year to be the CEO and maybe sex. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't understand, because if he had cleaned the sink out of the puke, y'all, why would they literally call Daisy down to come down and been like, look at this. This is poop and this is throw up. You lie. You lie like a rug.
Yeah.
And 17K is horrible.
That's real, especially after what they did. Yeah. It's not great. Is there any sort of like backwards math that we can do? Like, is the tip like an average like 20%? Do you happen to know like what it is? Because I was thinking about
Yeah.
Is it like okay? Is it like so
15 to 20% of the total real cost of the charter?
Yes.
So, usually I think that, again, this might be, I think we had estimated that maybe this is 15K, right? Like for the 2-day charter, like that ish. I think that's how much it might be. So
yeah.
And then ish.
And then the people on the show, like, do they get paid by Bravo, or are they just there? Are they just working for the tips?
So yes, no, both. So they get the tips themselves, plus they get paid by not, sorry, 3 things. They get paid for their role, right? So that whatever their role is, chief stew to stew. There's different pay scales. Bosun or Gary's first mate, whatever. First mate to deckhands, right? Like all of that. So they all get paid from their the company that hires them. That's why we didn't get a firing this season, which is this the first time? I feel like in a while, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, so usually they'll call like a company and be like, do you have more people to send me? So that company pays them. And then thirdly, yes, they get the appearance fee as well.
Okay. Do we have a sense of what did Mads make being on Below Deck Sailing Yacht?
I'm not sure. They haven't really given us like good numbers. I feel that I could like actually give you. They estimated like how much, because the problem is Bravo charters the boat for the time being. And that's why it's like hard to
Okay.
I can
don't worry about it.
anyway.
Yeah, no, it's not that important. I was just curious to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we then want to talk about the ABC party. Now, I heard you and Chappelle talking about this on the podcast last time. ABC. I'm like, I don't know what an ABC party is. And
anything but clothes. Yeah.
Well, now I know what it is, but yeah, I had not been privy to this prior to hearing you two talk about it.
Oh, wait, so even at your frat parties, like you never had an ABC?
That was not one that was not in the on the wheel.
Oh, Rob and Akiva throw an ABC party.
Yeah, Rob and Akiva ABC party. We watch everything that's on ABC for a whole week.
Please. I can't. This is horrible.
It's all like Steve Harvey hosted game shows.
Honestly, we're Prank Panel. Is that on ABC? I don't know.
Yes, I watched that.
Oh, yes. Okay, perfect. But
did you watch that?
No, not yet, but I will.
It's a little raunchy, I have to say.
Okay, so I'm watching it, is what you're saying.
Yes. It wasn't necessarily that great, but they were like really like mixing it up with the people that were like, it's a little bit like prank Shark Tank.
Oh.
Shark Prank. Yeah.
Okay, I'm into it. I enjoy pranks, I must say.
It's like somebody comes in, it's like, yeah, so my the first mate of the boat that I work on really was a jerk and I want to prank him. And then they say like, all right, Good idea. We're in.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it. I can't wait. I can't wait to listen to it. Are
You
you
should wait.
covering it?
No, we didn't do it. We didn't do it as a
Okay.
podcast, but I did watch.
Okay.
It looked like something that my kids would be into, so we
Yeah.
watched it.
But then raunchy.
It was a little raunchy. Yeah.
Woo. But okay, I did look it up. So it looks like for 6 weeks of work, below deck captains like Glenn, all of them could make from 24,000 to 28,000 in
I
just
mean,
salary.
yeah, that's more than most people make in a year.
In a year, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, it looks like
According to Nick.
Listen, Nick, pay your people. Someone call Better Business Bureau. And then it looks like the Chief Stews might make estimate, of course. In 6 seasons, maybe 75 to 82.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish. That's how much they're saying Mads. Oh, sorry. That's how much Mads and Lucy might make. And then our girl Daisy might make 9 to 10 actually in 6
Okay.
weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's
And
talk
it's
about
similar for the guys.
ABC party. Okay. And so we got to see all the guys getting ready to go and a lot of like duct tape. There was one scene in particular that maybe should have been left on the cutting room floor when Todd's mom, Deborah, is helping him with his flotation device.
What was that? I was shocked that they're showing all this.
What is going on?
Deb, I think the producer, talk about hating a charter guest.
Mm-hmm.
They zeroed in on Deb and said she's going down.
I mean,
I don't understand her. And then she's like, just untie me and
yeah.
let me float away. Have some shame at your grown age.
Mm-hmm. Arrest everybody.
Honestly, that's how I felt after these 2 episodes.
Mhm.
Everyone deserves jail except Lucy, my queen.
And okay, at dinner they play Gary ring toss.
What is up with Gary's body being
Mhm.
used for dinners? Up there, especially. What is it? The aft deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired.
So if you didn't see the episode, they have Gary basically naked with a parking cone over his groin, and then they're playing ring toss.
I can't be bothered, right? Like, is this how you prep for Survivor to win the challenges?
No.
Is this what you can get on Etsy?
I don't know.
You get a blow up Gary.
No. That's you have to get that from Deborah.
No.
Yeah, I think you could just get a cone if you want to practice ring toss. That's what was going on. Yeah, the whole
doesn't look good. Alex is right there. I'm tired of like being the only person like wanting. Also, that's rude, right? Because I shouldn't like objectify Alex, but like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then all through the night when we get like just this party is going on and on and on and on. The guys are out of control.
Hot mess express, right? Like I cannot with these people. They have drank so much and we know they're horrible and they're messy. I'm surprised there weren't more yak throwing up on deck.
Yeah, I'm looking back at the episode. I see the guys are just like walking around the boat naked.
Yeah, so they peed off and again, we thank you production. But they really didn't add any music and we had to hear it. So they peed off the side of the boat.
I did not know this show was going to be so gross.
I forgot, honestly, when I was pitching. And my apologies for doing this to all
every
of us.
single bodily function ever, all of them has either been shown or referenced on this show. Most of them in this very episode.
Like, I'm tired. Stop doing this. I'm telling you, this is my only issue with the production. I feel like they're a little creepy and they like zone in and find this like weird stuff really funny. It's not. No one's laughing. And then all you see is ass after.
So much.
And I'm
Mhm.
just like, and then they slept outside. Because
I
the
don't
next
know.
morning they woke up and then they're like putting their clothes back on. I was like, well, with a body like that, can I really blame them? No. But
Mhm.
also consent for other people to see you naked. It's not right or
Okay.
fair.
Well, we went out with a bang. That was the last charter. Did we hold these guys back? Like, did Bravo plan it this way?
I hope not. This would have been a good middle one, right? When we get like a slump, and we're tired of below deck. But no.
No, we gotta get Big Jim.
Yikes.
Yeah.
The
No, this was
flag.
great. This was a very fun way to close things out. So it was I enjoyed it. But then they leave, and then they're getting off the boat, and then like Chase is like, oh, good riddance. He like lays on the floor, and then Gary is like, what do you think you're doing? The guests are still in sight. How could you do that? He's like, get off my boat.
And Alex and Chase at the same time. My pleasure. I can't
Yeah.
wait to.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. They're so over Gary. Gary's been a useless boss. And
Yeah.
I feel that it was an
No,
overreaction.
seriously, Gary, where do you get off like calling anybody unprofessional for anything?
Anything. If you had an ounce of sense in your life, but he doesn't. And he's the biggest hypocrite of my life. And
Mhm.
I'm tired of it. Like, I don't think the boys would have taken offense because they were like ogling Chase's ass right before they got off the boat. So I
Mhm.
think if they were like, whatever, it's Chase, they would not have cared one bit.
No, I don't think so. He's like, get a hold of yourself. Got to be professional." Um, Come on, knock it off, Gary. You
Gary's
were like,
so
you
unhappy.
be professional. You were laying down naked with a cone over your private parts. They can play ring toss. I don't think
And
that
even
these guys are going to be like,
wasabi.
the unprofessionalness of this crew. Where's the decorum?
And who cares? They gave the tip already. So like
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think Gary was just so miserable these two these two episodes that he I think was just like taking it out on everyone. And imagine like on camera hearing your boss actively retaliate against you because you talked about his hookups, maybe period. Make it make sense, everyone.
Well, we're gonna get our final tip meeting of the season,
Yes.
where Glenn breaks the bad news about the $17,000. But okay, we're gonna all get together. Glenn's gonna even join them for a drink, and then he is not staying on the boat tonight. So, I mean, what does he care? It's not his boat.
Come on, Alex.
Hmm.
I think this was set up for Alex.
Set up for Alex. Glenn's like, I don't want any part of this debauchery that goes on here. So I'm leaving tonight. You have the boat all to yourselves. And he brings everybody out. And boy, Glenn is really trying, Sasha, to give us a segment here of like, I want everybody to tell me what the highs and the lows of this season were.
And we get this every time. And every time I think it usually works when it's been like we've been in the trenches with the crew. No, this crew has put me in the trenches. So
Yeah.
I didn't feel as like lovey-dovey this time. But yeah, this definitely happened.
It happens, and we go
Mhm.
through everything. The boat broke. We had everything that was going
Broke.
on. Yeah. Whatever. They have a nice time, and then we get a big smooch between Alex and Mads. Now, it looked like to me like Mads was like trying to push him away, but it didn't.
Oh.
Her confessional did not match that.
Yeah,
She was
I
like,
don't
"Oh,
think
Alex
so.
finally kissed me," but she was like I thought she was like, get off me."
I think that she was so taken aback, right? That maybe at first, because my God, right? He's only kissed her when it's been the three of them kissing Lucy, him, and
Mhm.
Mads. But she probably was shocked that it's the first time. And then she must have been like, Colin's in the car. He's gonna go be a snitch to
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
because Colin snitching this 2 episodes was also a lot, right? Like, because he also tells Daisy, "Hey, Gary's mad that you keep asking about Mads." It's all weird, but I think all of that together was a little awkward for her. But listen, girl, who cares? You're young. A hot guy wants to kiss you, and you like him back. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, she liked it, but she's like, I do have to tell Gary about this. You
No, you
don't.
don't.
You actually don't.
What is the reason for
You
it?
could
Unless
call
she
him
wants
after the
money.
season is over.
No, I'd have been like, the cameras were rolling. You're in bed. Bye.
Yeah. Why did she tell him?
Is she the drama? Does she love the drama? Because nothing else makes sense, right? Because it felt like Alex kind of just like was like, okay, bye. I guess this is not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. That maybe she is the drama. Maybe it's sort of like the Queen of Thorns of like, I want him to know it was me. You know, Gary, just so you know, I
I know.
kissed
I think
Alex tonight.
no, she. Oh my god. I do think that it was not necessary. I understand like why she wanted to do it, but I think that what's the worst that could have happened? Just lock the cabin door so that he
Hmm.
doesn't come in when you and Alex are hooking up. That's all that you need to do if he finds out.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, he's such a psychopath. Maybe she's like scared of like, what is he going to do if he finds out?
What is he gonna do? There's
And
like
he's a
cameras.
maniac.
Come on, there's
you
cameras.
you saw what he did when he found out that she kissed him.
And who were
Get
you
out of
there
my
when he was
room.
yelling at her about what's the word? Like when I feel like we were all there, rather I should say, when he was yelling at her about it being that time of the month. So my
Yep.
point is, just for that karma, I wouldn't tell you. In fact, maybe I walk and while I'm kissing Alex down the hallway so you see me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mess I'm on.
Yeah. Mads, maybe she doesn't want that drama. She's just looking for fun.
You're
But I
right.
don't know why she told Gary. I don't.
I don't know.
I
It
don't
was
know.
not
But
the
then, and
best
then I was like,
mess.
okay, well then Gary was like, get out of my room. I'm like, okay, well you just sent her right back to Alex, but they don't see each other again the rest of the night.
Which I didn't. This really threw me for a loop. I hope
Mm-hmm.
this is answered at the reunion
Yeah.
because I don't
Yeah.
understand.
And then sort of like out of nowhere, we got sort of like a segment about how like have Chase and the cook were like she's like, I have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend, but Chase is like, but come on.
Rob, I thought she was gonna cheat. I thought that was the moment.
Yeah. I
Because the
think
way
she did have like a crush on Chase.
yes, I think so too. Also, yeah, we haven't talked about Chef enough. Like, probably the most normal chef ever, 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 ever on Below Deck.
Yeah.
No problems. We've never seen this, and I'm sad that you haven't seen a temperamental chef because you deserve that. But boy, howdy, she is so normal. I thought it was time that she was gonna cheat, and I was like, "Girl, on the last day, it's not even worth it." So, I'm glad she didn't, but I think Chase got it almost got it out of her, and
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
He
I
was
think
right
Chase
there.
should have shut the hell up. Maybe it would have happened.
Yeah. If he wasn't such an idiot all through the season. Yeah.
Mr. Eeyore.
So yeah, then that was basically it for the night. Like we got a little like Daisy and Colin of like, what are we doing? What's happening next? Nothing.
Right? Like, I'm telling you. And then even when they were making out in the like gross cabin, we hear the subtitle or we see the subtitle, sorry. And it said like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm going to sleep." That was so
Yeah.
why did
They
we
have
need
no
that?
spark. They have no
Yeah.
chemistry. That's it. Shut it down.
She wants Gary.
She wants
Matt said it
Gary.
best. I think it's time.
Yeah. Okay. And then so the end of Below Deck is a little bit sort of like the day that you move out of the dorms.
Correct. Yeah, it's giving
Like,
camp. Camp
oh,
is over.
yeah, my parents are here, so all right, I'm leaving.
1000%. And it's like you see that guy that maybe, that lived down the hall that you were like, oh shit, I gotta run away.
Yeah, my
That
ride's
was
here.
Mads. Yeah, that Mads was like, please, God,
Yeah.
not this guy in the morning.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything from the goodbyes that stood out to you?
The Glenn being like, I thought the throuple left. And then it's the three of them just sitting. What the hell? And then Alex kind of being like, I don't regret anything. And then I feel that Mads should 1000% feel like she fumbled the bag because when Alex was packing, Chase points out that he was packing books about the
Oh, yeah.
heightened male
Yes.
orgasm. And we know he
Yes.
listened to podcasts about it too.
Yeah. Did he say that?
This was last cutaway, one of the last episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
He
like
said
overheard the
he was
podcast.
reading a book called "The Multi-Orgasmic Man and Woman."
So I think there were bags fumbled by maybe Alex not being
Yeah.
able to practice what he's reading.
Perhaps, perhaps. You know, so maybe we know why Alex is so tired all the time, Sasha.
Oh, he's putting in solo work. Got it. Solo spotlight, Barbie. Got it.
So, yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
think that's it.
Yeah, there nothing else. Daisy is giving classic Chief Stew burnout. I must
Hmm.
say, but we do know that she is, I believe, back for the next season.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I felt like that the ending was kind of like a little bit of like a ho hum end to the season.
yeah, again, I feel like it's usually folks like squashing stuff right before they leave or whatever. But I think literally everyone was so over Gary's energy except
Hmm.
Daisy and maybe Colin, right? A little bit where Colin was like, he's my friend, but I can't trust this friend. I don't know what to do. But besides
Yes.
that, the others were like, let me get the hell out of here.
And Captain Glenn is on the phone again, trying to get the boat fixed. And then it seems like maybe they're going to rebuild the engine for another run
And the
on the
Captain
parts to
Glenn
fail.
Parsa fail again, but she is in Ibiza currently, so looks like she's still alive and kicking.
She's still out there. Okay. And then we get set up for next week, our 2-part reunion show.
Mhm.
How do you feel after a full season of all of these jokers on the below deck sailing yacht?
It really ended with a bang.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just so excited. I think it was a great season. Someone in the chat said this, which I do agree with now that they said it, is that I think the sailing yacht guests are a little nicer than the motorized boats.
Hmm.
Folks, sure, maybe, I don't know. But I felt like, yeah, the drama necessarily from the regular drama wasn't there, rather, I should say, right? The charter guest, the chef being temperamental. But I still feel like it was a ridiculous season. We still got to drag everyone. And I enjoyed it. Like, and I thank you for saying yes to covering this
I
with
really
me.
enjoyed it too. I mean, I feel like that at the heart of Below Deck, you have these two things going on of you have like these very messy people who work on the boat, and then also you get sort of like the messiness of the week. So you have sort of like big picture mess and then sort of like small picture mess.
Yes.
And I do feel like that ultimately I feel like that the Gary and Colin and Daisy triangle, kind of like ran its course. I mean, the Gary was like such a disaster on like the other love triangle of like Mads, Alex, Gary ended up being like I think ultimately like a little bit more interesting in terms
Mhm.
of like the drama that came out of that. So I had a lot of fun with going through that, and I'm really happy to have had a below deck season under my belt. 1 hour a week, I feel like, though, is better for me than 2 hours a week.
No, I agree. I felt like they were really trying to just dump this. And I don't know why, because They should have started with 2 hours where they were a little slower and then ended 1 hour on these ridiculous ones, but it is what it is. I think they might have needed to get back on schedule because we were a little bit behind. Like, Sailing Out usually ends a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming it maybe has something to do with that, but Down Under better be worth my time if I had to watch 2 a days for these.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's the next Below Deck that's headed
Yes.
to Bravo.
Yep, next Monday.
Yes. It's a boat that goes to Australia, or it's an all Australian crew?
Boat that goes to Australia. Aisha is back, who is Australian. She's the Chiefs too. She's been on multiple franchises. We love her. She's a sweetheart. So can't she's great. Captain Jason is back. Certified hottie. Can't wait. Chef Ryan, thank God, is not back because his upscale cooking, Rob, was pizza and pasta.
Mm-hmm.
So, did he get fired? I don't even remember anymore. But horrible guy, and like would really just like piss you the hell off to watch him. But he's not back. But yeah, our 2 people we liked are. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Sasha, looking forward to next week's reunion show to get into all of that. What else is coming up for you?
Yes, you talked about it at the start, but Mess Magnets did talk about Jonah
All
Hill.
Jonah Hill episode.
Yes. Listen, I'm tired of these men. What are they doing? Stop it, everyone. But yes, we chatted Jonah Hill, other celebrity gossip, and honestly, just like hot topics. So check out Mess Magnets with Kirsten McKennis. And I also cover Never Have I Ever on
Mm-hmm.
Silent Podcast, where we chat the show Never Have I Ever. We've with Chappelle. It's been we've come up to episode 3 now. We're your toxic faves. It'll come out when it comes out, but it's been really fun. Great therapy for the both of us. So check that out on Silent Podcast and over on Post Show Recaps. I'm covering on Everything Is Super Secret Invasion. Been a fun spy conspiracy theory show, which I feel like I love a good conspiracy theory. I'm there. And I guested on 90 Day Fiance this week as
Wow, busy
well.
week.
I know, so much fun. But yeah, just loving all of this mess coming my way.
Okay. Well, this was a lot of fun here tonight. Of course, I've got Claim to Fame, Tough as Nails already recorded this week, and everything else we have going on over at robhasawebsite.com. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. And if you want to make your voice heard, go to robhasawebsite.com/Bravo feed. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.